I challenge anybody who would like to have a debate that the modern United States Democratic Progressive Movement is not completely bought and sold by by the CCP. They are run by these entities. And
how did you discover that?
Well, it's just, we discovered it by following the money, man.
Yeah.
Like, so here's the thing. I don't want to get too that. This rabbit hole gets crazy, bro. It's just more than
I want to go down it. I want to go down it. Because,
okay, so
yeah.
When we started looking at, if you take any city in the country that's progressive and you look through, first thing you do is you have this ecosystem, public sector labor union, so let's start there. The most effective army before the NGOs rose to prominence from 2020 or so. Around 2019, 2020, you saw all of these nonprofits around the country get this sudden spike of money. That was when the USAID and all of these things started getting funky. But they all got money overnight, all of them, 2019, 2020, overnight. Like your nonprofit had $100,000 a year before and you were struggling, now all of a sudden you got $8 million. Who's it come from? Oh, it comes from a Tides Foundation.
The what foundation?
From a Tides Foundation.
Tides.
Or Open Societies Foundation.
I've heard of that one. That's Soros.
That's both Soros,
Both
right?
them,
Tides Foundation's connected to him as well.
Okay.
And the person who ran the Tides Foundation, name is Quinn Delaney, and she lives in Piedmont, which is inside of Oakland. Oakland has a city inside of a city. So there's a very affluent city on a hill called Piedmont that is 100% surrounded by the city of Oakland. I don't know if you've ever heard of anything like it. And she lives there in a $7.5 million mansion where she hosts Obama and President. I call her the Margaret Sanger of Oakland.
Oof.
If you know who Margaret Sanger is.
do.
With Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Same thing. They use Black people as tokens. Matter of fact, our mayor is facing 93 years in federal prison for corruption that we recalled. And the FBI leak, they had all her stuff taken from her office as part of the investigation. Part of that investigation had a memo that said the plan for them to beat the recall. And in that memo, it says, use BP, Black people, as tokens.
It says that in there?
Yeah, directly in there.
Wow.
Right, I'll send it to you. Use Black people as tokens. And then it says, our money. And in there it says Quinn Delaney, Open Societies. So these nonprofits get their money from, but the Chinese Progressive Association, we don't know where they get their money. They're getting it from China. China has central banking, like we do, which means they can effectively print money. Let's just dissect them for a second. They're one nonprofit, again, headquartered on Geary Street in San Francisco. And they're the fiscal sponsor. If you have a nonprofit and you have a fiscal sponsor, you don't have to report the donors. I don't know where your money comes from. And then these nonprofits are supposed to be 501c3s, which are not supposed to engage politically, but they basically prop up politicians and act like they're their Lord and Savior, which is politically adjacent. Sometimes they just blatantly cross the line because there's no oversight. But they give money to all of these nonprofits, and they start nonprofits. So the Rising label is one of them. If you're in your city and you have an organization with the word Rising behind it, like Oakland Rising or Bay Area Rising, I was in Story, Wyoming for retreat, Doom and Optimist retreat. We had Paul Kingsnorth there, James Poe, a bunch of famous people, writers and stuff. And I've told this, I did a presentation on the Chinese Progressive Association funding. And somebody from Wyoming was like, yeah, we have Wyoming Rising. It's super progressive. I wonder where the hell these people came from. And I was like, oh yeah, let's look them up. Yep, Chinese Progressive Association.
Wow.
Fucking Wyoming. They're everywhere. With dark money from China.
Okay.
With cookie cutter policy, this is how you save the world. And it's very, very effective. Here's why. When people have legitimate issues, in organizing, there's two things you do in organizing. Number one, and the most important, is organize around the issues. Fundamentally. Number two is a flow chart. Educate, agitate, organize. Progressive skip education. They fake education, move to agitation to create radicals.
Yes.
People who want to create free thinkers do the process honestly, with good intentions, so people can arrive at their own conclusion. A fundamental part of the education process, moving in good faith to the agitation process, is debate. Christopher Lasch, who's a hero of mine, who died in the 1990s, wrote a book, Revolt of the Elite, and the betrayal of democracy. And in that, he has the passage, The Lost Art of Debate. Mostly memorized it, and I'm close enough. But before I get into that, here's why I'm pivoting here. First thing progressives do is shut down debate. So put that on the shelf, and let me get back here because I know people. I don't want to lose everyone here. Mm-hmm. So the first thing they do is they put a bunch of money into all of these nonprofits and all of these base building organizations, and they work with California Endowment. That's a major nonprofit in California with billions of dollars. They help fund it too. The San Francisco Foundation, another mega foundation, they help fund these things too. Here's the thing, these foundations also fund all types of legitimate things that are doing good work. Mm-hmm. And so you get funding from them if you're trying to clean up trash on the street or help kids learn how to read because they're the progressives and you can get funding from them. But it comes with strings attached sometimes. And slowly but surely they move you over into these more radical positions. It's very like, and then it's subtle, but then when you have a crisis, I move you quick.
Yeah.